Top of the morning to you folks, it's your pal Coach Vino. So look, we are only a couple of days away from good old St. Patrick's Day, right? So I was looking through some of my cocktail books, looking for a fun Irish whiskey or an Irish cream cocktail that I can make for you guys to help celebrate the old St. Patrick's Day holiday. And so I was looking through the PDT book, which is one of my favorite books, and I found a cocktail called the PADDY WALLBANGER from a Gerry Corcoran, right? Anyway, so I thought that sounded fun. I mean, it's a Manhattan riff, you know, and it kind of combined with the Harvey Wallbanger, which I thought, I mean, you couldn't pick two cocktails from more separate sides of the cocktail spectrum. You know what I'm saying? You got this classic, classy Manhattan, and then the Harvey Wallbanger, which is, you know, look, for what it's worth, it's a, you know, it's a 70s nightclub cocktail. So I thought this was a really fun kind of combination. And I figured, you know, I love Irish people. I think Irish people are so freaking fun. So why not make a fun cocktail? You know what I'm saying? To celebrate St. Patrick's Day. But I will tell you this, you know, in researching the cocktail and whatnot, I did see the term PADDY show up often, right? And I'm a thinker. You know, I like to think. That's what I do. I like to think, right? So I said, where the hell is the term PADDY come from, right? What are the origins of the term PADDY, right? So I think if you think of it from the surface, it's pretty easy to say Patrick, right? The Patrick, short term for Patrick, right? The nickname for Patrick. But how did that all come about? Well, I mean, the patron saint of Ireland is St. Patrick, right? So that's where St. Patrick Day comes from. And so the name Patrick became a very popular name with the Irish. But why is Paddy spelled P-A-D-D-Y? Now, because Patty is the female term, but Paddy is what we often see, right? And so it turns out that the name Patrick is like kind of like the English way to say it, but the Gaelic way is actually Padraig, which is P-A-D-R-A-I-G, if I'm not mistaken. Now, I'm not sure it's pronounced Padraig, to be honest with you. I'm pretty sure that there's something I'm missing there. But anyway, you get the point. It's P-A-D, and that's where Paddy comes from, okay? Now, why did the term Paddy start being used? Well, in the 18th, 19th century, a lot of Irish folks started moving over to the United States, and they were also going out to England as well, to Britain, and you know, they came in droves. And because a lot of the Irish men were named Patrick, they ended up just calling the Irish folks Paddies, and so that's where the term Paddy comes from. It was kind of used as a derogatory term, even though we use it very casually nowadays, you know? So anyway, so I thought that was fun and interesting and like, you know, one to grow on. Anyway, so look, I'm gonna make this PADDY WALLBANGER for you guys today and, you know, see if it's any good. I'm sure it's gonna be pretty fun. But before I do that, I'm gonna need you guys to go ahead and hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you can help Vino feed the hungry algorithm, and make sure you stick around, because we're about to boogie down. All right, so before we start wall banging some patties over here, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys what's in the sauce, all right? So we're gonna obviously be using some Irish whiskey, and I'm gonna use my favorite Irish whiskey, or one of my favorite Irish whiskeys. This is the Tullamore Dew Caribbean Rum Cask. I think this is such a fantastic little bottle. And then we're gonna be using some dry vermouth, okay? Now, traditional Manhattan uses sweet vermouth, but because we're using the Galliano, you want something to help keep it a little on the drier side. So we're gonna use some Noli Pratt for my dry vermouth. And then, of course, like I said, for the WALLBANGER part of the whole cocktail, we're gonna be using some Galliano, which is a, you know, very anisey, vanilla-y type of liqueur, very Italian type of thing, and, you know, quite delicious, to be honest with you, if used in the right cocktail, okay? And then for our bitters, we're gonna be using some orange bitters. Now, this is probably an homage to the fact that the Harvey Wallbanger uses orange juice. So imagine, try to capture a little bit of that citrus notes there, okay, folks? Very simple cocktail, but, you know, let's have a little fun for St. Patrick's Day. Let's go ahead and make this bad boy. All right, so there we have it, folks, our Paddy Wagon cocktail. Let's go ahead and give this bad boy a sippy sip. Cheers. That's not bad. That's actually not so bad. I didn't know what to expect, to be honest with you. I mean, you take a Manhattan and you combine it for your Harvey Wallbanger, you know, anything can go wrong there. The Galliano's very upfront, so you have to like Galliano, but the dry vermouth definitely keeps the sweetness of it at bay. So you definitely get some of that kind of dried fruit, a little bit of herbiness from the dry vermouth. Very nice kind of balance there. Look, Irish whiskey, it's not the most potent whiskey you get in a cocktail, and the Caribbean cask here, while delicious, is a very kind of fruit-forward type of Irish whiskey. So it kind of adds a little bit of that to a cocktail, and you're getting this here, especially with the Galliano. Kind of ups the citrus notes that are in this particular cocktail. Let me another sip. Yes, that's not bad at all. I'm digging it. I'm totally digging it, guys. Much better than I probably anticipated. All right. Anyway, guys, look, if you like Galliano and you want to have a little fun with a Manhattan, I definitely say give it a shot. Either way, I have a playlist I'm going to put in the description here of my ultimate cocktail, Irish cocktail playlist. I did a video a while back with a bunch of my fellow YouTubers, and we made a bunch of Irish whiskey cocktails for you guys to enjoy. Okay, so if this ain't your cup of tea, hopefully something else is, right? Anyway, look, if you're gonna celebrate St. Patrick's Day, please celebrate safely, smartly. Don't end up in the back of a paddy wagon, right? All right, if you like this video, please press like, please subscribe, and please share with your family and friends. Remember, sharing is caring, and when life gives you lemons, make yourself a cocktail. Cheers.